How did one neon fence expose the biggest HOA secret ever? Stay till the end. This gets wild. Yisahi High. It was an ordinary Tuesday morning in Maplewood Grove, the kind of quiet little neighborhood where nothing ever happened. The lawns were perfectly trimmed, mailboxes polished, and every house proudly followed the HOA's strict color code. White fences, light gray shutters, soft beige doors. People like to joke that if you threw a paintball here, you'd get fined before it even dried. But on this particular day, something shocking broke the calm. Old Mrs. Banner, who lived in house number 27, had always been a bit eccentric. She wore oversized sun hats, even on cloudy days, talked to her cats like they were her kids, and planted so many flowers that her garden looked like a small jungle. But nobody, absolutely nobody, expected her to paint her entire picket fence bright neon pink overnight. It was so neon that you could spot it from 3 streets over. Birds actually avoided landing on it. When Mr. Cooper, who lived across the street, stepped out to get his paper, he nearly dropped his coffee. "Oh my God, my eyes," he yelled. Soon neighbors started gathering. Karen, Maplewood's biggest gossip, pulled out her phone and began recording. "I'm putting this on the neighborhood Facebook group right now. This is an HOA violation if I've ever seen one." By 10 a.m., at least 15 people were huddled across the street, whispering and pointing. "She's lost it completely," someone muttered. "Wait till the HOA sees this. She'll be bankrupt from the fines," said another. At precisely 2 p.m., the moment everyone had been waiting for arrived. Mr. Arnold, the HOA president, pulled up in his little white golf cart, clipboard in hand, wearing his usual tan hat. His lips tightened as he stepped out and slowly approached Mrs. Banner's house. Everyone held their breath. Mr. Arnold stood in front of the fence, staring at it as though it might explode. His eyes twitched. His hand gripped his pen so hard it looked like it might snap. He scribbled furiously on his clipboard. The crowd across the street leaned forward. Phones ready to capture the moment, he marched up to the door and handed over the biggest fine in HOA history. But instead, he paused. His shoulders slumped. He glanced nervously at Mrs. Banner's windows. Then, to everyone's shock, he turned around, climbed back into his golf cart, and drove away fast. The whole crowd gasped. "Wait, what? That's it," Karen sputtered. "Did he forget how to find people?" Bob laughed. By evening, the neighborhood was buzzing. Some claimed Mr. Arnold was secretly colorblind and had no idea the fence was even pink. Others were convinced Mrs. Banner had blackmail material, maybe an old scandal about misused HOA funds or a secret affair. Little Timmy, wide-eyed, swore up and down that when Mr. Arnold looked at the house, his hands were shaking. "I think he was scared," Timmy whispered. "Scared of what?" "I don't know. Maybe your cats. They're really fat." The next morning, the strangest thing happened. At house number 31, the Lees painted their fence lime green. By Thursday, the Rodriguezes added purple shutters. That weekend, the Taylors put up a bright teal front door. It was like a rainbow had exploded on Maplewood Grove. Neighbors walked around actually smiling, laughing, and complimenting each other's weird color choices. Kids loved it. They called it Candy Street. And the strangest part? Not a single violation letter showed up. No angry HOA emails. No threats of daily fines. Mr. Arnold was nowhere to be seen. A week later, Karen, being Karen, couldn't stand it anymore. She knocked on Mrs. Banner's door. Mrs. Banner answered with a bright grin, holding one of her giant orange cats. "Oh, hello, dear. Come to admire my fence up close." Karen cleared her throat. "Actually, what did you say to Mr. Arnold? Why didn't he find you?" Mrs. Banner just laughed softly. "Oh, that poor man. He's under enough stress already. I just told him if he tried to find me, I'd have to show the board some interesting old documents from his early days running the HOA. He decided it was best to let things be." She winked. Karen's mouth dropped open. "You mean you blackmailed him?" Mrs. Banner smiled, even wider. "I wouldn't say blackmail. Let's call it neighborhood persuasion." From then on, Maplewood Grove was never the same. The HOA quietly stopped enforcing color codes. Lawns were still neat, but the fences were pink, green, yellow, even rainbow-striped. Front doors popped in every shade imaginable. People were happier. They actually spent time in each other's yards, hosting little porch parties, complimenting paint jobs. Kids felt like they lived on a fairy tale street. And old Mrs. Banner? She'd sit on her porch every evening, stroking her cat, smiling at her neon fence, knowing that one small act of rebellion, plus a tiny secret, changed the entire neighborhood forever.